Yo everyone, Sanjo J here, what's going on? So welcome back to the channel where today we'll be talking about Boruto episode 131. Of course, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, leave a like if you enjoy what I have to say, or a dislike if you don't, but yeah. And also, shout outs to the new subscribers. I realize we're almost at 300 subs, so yeah, major respect for that. And yeah, for those of you that may be tuning in for the first time, I don't know, help a brother out. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, I may even do a live stream once we hit 300. I don't know what I'll talk about or do. Probably I'll play some Mega Man X, I don't know. So, and that would actually be my first live stream when I think about it. But yeah, anyway, so episode 131 of Boruto. I'm literally just coming off the episode as of this recording. And I got to say, yeah, it was actually a decent episode despite that little build up right there. Although it's still yet to replicate the high that I got with the first episode of the arc, where we had Boruto actually spend time with Naruto in his apartment. That was still to date for me the best episode of the arc, if I'm being honest. And with good reason, especially that last scene where we had Boruto and Naruto just talking. Beautiful. I think that touched a lot of Naruto fans in general, especially those who are coming from, you know, part 1, which I would imagine would be everybody at this point. So yeah, but episode 131, in a nutshell, we have Urashiki come in. We see him fight against Sasuke, scuffle with Boruto, capture Naruto. We have Boruto interacting with the one-tailed Naruto, Boruto finding out more of the hardships Naruto had faced in the past because of being hated, because of being a Jinchuriki, and we have Dre essentially asking Boruto to join him and Naruto and just train the two of them to do a collaboration jutsu. That's the episode in a nutshell. For the most part, it was alright. One thing I keep seeing in these reviews for this arc is that the major sell is having Boruto and Sasuke interact with characters of the past, despite the time travel rules they've already established. It is the major sell. And last week we had a fun episode with Boruto, you know, talking and interacting with the Konoha 11. But considering that this arc is not, I don't think it's going to be a long arc, like say 20-25 episodes. So Urashiki coming back in this episode actually was one of the positives and the advantages of this episode. It actually helped to push the plot or the piece along into whatever next segment we're going to get in this arc. So him coming back was a major plus for me. Now we learned a little interesting tidbit here, and I was kind of hyped and then silenced after. What I mean is that we find out that sealing jutsu is a great defense against Urashiki's chakra hook. At first when I saw that, I was saying like, yo, I was gonna give like major props to Minato for like apparently sealing jutsu can even defend against Otsutsuki like chakra stealing techniques, but no, that's not the case. It does seem like sealing jutsu in general helps to prevent Urashiki's victims from getting their chakra taken, so that's good. Now, if you are watching the episode, or if you've watched the episode already, you have to admit that the major selling point for this episode is seeing Boruto find out more about Naruto as a Jinchuriki, as the host of the Nine Tails. It was especially obvious for me when they went to retrieve Naruto in the cave. We did have some fights with Urashiki, but it was like short and in between, and everything else that you would usually pan back over to what's going on with Naruto and Boruto and probably Jiraiya. So it was obvious to me that the focus of this episode was that primarily, and to that end it kind of made me feel like more could have happened. I don't know if I was the one that got that feeling, like I was expecting more, but yeah. But it was cool seeing Naruto in the Chakra Cloak again when Kurama was and Kurama had a more sinister, overbearing presence. When we see Urashiki actually, and this was a no homo moment. Urashiki decided to say he's going inside Naruto. It kind of definitely reminded me of part 1 Naruto, when he actually went into Kurama's chambers, and you know, when Naruto usually tap into Kurama's chakra, and you see him in the hallway walking up to the gates with Kurama. It was a nice callback. I'm not gonna lie, it was cool. Boruto interacting with the one-tailed Naruto. Now, honestly, if I'm being honest, this whole entire arc could be interpreted as an expansion on Sasuke's statement to Boruto during the Chunin exams arc, where he was saying that, yo, you don't need to focus on who Naruto is now. You need to focus on who he was before and where he's coming from and all he had to go through to get to the point that he is now. And we've been getting that for the most part, and this episode just continues the expansion of that statement that Sasuke said. It wasn't intentional with this arc. It's not like they took that statement and say, yo, but it can be interpreted as that. It was cool seeing Boruto find out, and just his reactions to the whole Nine Tailed Chakra cloak, and even by the end where he calls Naruto a monster. It's like he's getting an appreciation for. The more he interacts and more he finds out, the better they and appreciation. Wow, can't talk. It's more of he gets a better appreciation for where Naruto is coming from, and to that end, it kind of has me wondering that, yo, I've said it before though, will they erase the memories of Boruto and everybody by the end of this arc, or will everybody lose their memories? That's the thing. And on the other hand, if they plan to tie this into the manga, spoilers here for anime only watchers, if they do, could Jiraiya really and truly end up being Kashin Koji for real? Because that's gonna be crazy. They're gonna have to handle that with like a fine crafted they're gonna have to handle that transition with care if they plan to tie this in with the manga, honestly, because we have a scene in the episode where Jiraiya essentially sees Boruto do the Rasengan. He doesn't really comment on it. He looks surprised, and asking Boruto to come and train with Naruto at the end could be a follow-up to that. But and I may be drawing for straws here, but at the same time, it makes you wonder, will they really and truly tie it in? But yeah. But anyway, by the end, the other tidbit that I wanted to talk about is, and I may no promises, I may do a video on this, is Sasuke's character. Ever since the start of the arc, we've got 1 and 2 characters make hints of what's going on with Sasuke in this point in time. By the end, where we see Naruto apologize to Boruto for injuring, or basically, scratching his hand, quote unquote. We see Naruto mention that he's too weak to bring back our friend at this point. Of course, that's referring to Sasuke. And I think this is the second time it's happening where somebody mentions something about Sasuke and he doesn't say anything, but the camera does focus on him. In this case, he had his back turned, but at the same time, I always have to praise it. It's always subtle, but it shows just how much regret Sasuke has about his actions in this point in time. Honestly, I think he's over it, like he's made peace with himself, but it's still that thing when he looks back on it, he has to kind of wonder, and it kind of makes me wonder, could I say that Sasuke is the best character of the new generation? Well, you know what I mean, as in the story at this point, based on how his emotional maturity and his development and how much he can still develop when you compare him to, say, Naruto. So yeah. But anyway, that's all I have to say for this one, people. Let me know what you thought about the episode. At the same time, be sure to leave a comment. Probably could have a discussion about it. It was a decent episode. There's not much more I can say about it. And also, let me know if you guys think they'll tie this in with the manga, because I think that's going to be the crucial part in terms of what persons who actually do read the manga are looking forward to, just to get a hint of if Jiraiya really and truly will survive and become Kashin Koji. So yeah, but anyway, that's all I have for this one, people. Sanjo, Chia, see you in some discussions later in the week. Yeah, anyway, yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys.